Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard Podcast. Today we're going to talk about the truth, about emotions, about thoughts. You know, you have lots of them, I'm sure. And about, yes, Mr. 20, I'm going to change my behaviors. I'm going to force it to happen or fake it till I make it. But we're going to explore all of those and what really works and what really works and what really works and what really works in today's episode of the Neville Goddard Podcast. Have a great day. See you inside. All right. So emotions, words, thoughts. Don't bother trying to change any of them. Don't try to fake it till you make it. Don't edit your words like a robot. And don't try to force emotions like so you raise your vibrations. Don't do any of that bullshit. Here's what happens. When you change your state, when you move into the state of your wish fulfilled, your emotions naturally change. Your thoughts naturally change. Your behaviors naturally change. When you turn the steering wheel of your car, the wheels on the front of your car change. When you gas, the wheels that drive your car change. Right? Something changes about them. But you don't try to change the position of the wheels. To do that, you'd have to get out of the car. You'd have to push. You'd have to force. Why do you think so many people are so tired? They're pushing on what follows. Let's try it again. Hey, guess what? Good morning, my name is Mr. 2020. And I want you to know something. Your state determines your emotions. Okay, the state of happy, loving puppy, Dad. I know, there's an emotion built in there. That's all right. Ready? Watch. Instead of happy, loving puppy dad is puppy dad. He loves seeing puppies. He loves seeing his puppies play. You see, some people get irritated when I even talk about smoking a cigar. I find that fascinating. You know, Mr. 20, you really shouldn't do stuff like that. I say, I really shouldn't do stuff like Abdullah did. Right? It's called enjoying your pleasures, enjoying your desires. Right in the middle of Dream Driven Day, one of the things that we do is we dive into doing violence to your desires, because most people do violence to their desires and they feel worn out all the time. They judge themselves. They judge whether or not their desire is possible. Well, they actually are judging if it's probable. They're usually in there doing some sort of equations. You know, I'm this old and that fat, so therefore that I can't. Radio. You're telling me old fat people... See, I had a guy once, he told me, look, I want to have babies. Right? And I said, well, okay. And then I said, you got a wife? He goes, I got a wife. She's 23. She wants to have babies too. And I said, what's your problem? He goes, I'm 56. I said, right, does the plumbing still work? Yes or no? He goes, yeah. I said, then use it. Imagine up something fun and use the plumbing, right? Do what you do. Because there are people, if you go online, you can find people that are like in their 70s that have kids. And it's like, you know, actually in Chinese medicine, they tell me what you want is a young woman and an older man. Like the older man, his seed contains wisdom, they say, strength, life experience. Younger woman carries vitality. And so you marry the two, right? Again, that could be a metaphor for something cool. But here's what I want you to do. Stop it. I want you to stop doubting you. I want you to start diving deeper. Because you're going to doubt you as long as you keep trying to force your emotions up. I got to stay positive, Mr. 20. You see, happy, loving puppy dad every now and then yells at the dogs. They're at the fence barking too much at the neighbor's dog. And I tell them, enough. And they listen for some reason. And then they come back. And we tell them they're good boys. Let's do some fun things, right? The state of happy, loving puppy dad thinks about things. Like today I'm going to buy cheese because we give them a monthly little pill thing, right? And so for Emmett, Bruce will just eat his. Right? Emmett, you have to put it in cheese. Emmett's the smart one. He gets a treat with it. And so, I think about buying cheese. That's the state of happy, loving puppy dad. Imagines buying cheese. The state of loving husband doesn't buy cheese, right? We've got plenty for me and Victoria. Meanwhile, so the state of loving husband, the state of loving puppy dad, they have different thoughts. They may share the same kinds of emotions, but they get emotional about different things. One more. Behaviors. State of loving husband might pick up that ball because he knows Victoria's going to want to cut the grass later today. So he picks up the orange ball and puts it someplace safe so she doesn't have to. That's a behavior, and I feel good about doing that behavior. That's an emotion. And with that emotion comes a thought. I'm going to do that for Victoria. And that's all driven by the state of loving puppy dad. I'm sorry. That all comes from the state of loving happy husband who loves to help, who loves to make her life just a little bit easier. On the other hand, the state of loving puppy dad sees the ball, picks it up and goes, where is he? Where's that boy? Where's Brucey Boy? Because Brucey Boy likes to play ball. And you can hear emotions around those thoughts. And that all comes from the state of loving puppy dad. He found a ball. Where is that dog? So your states are these little cool identities. And when you start playing with them that way, you realize it's not about editing your thoughts. It's not about controlling your emotions. It's not about faking it till you make it. Think about this. If I walked around faking being married, hello, Victoria, I'd like to marry you. I'm already married. I'm married to you, Victoria, right? That would just be weird, wouldn't it? It'd be like psycho. Same thing with loving puppy dad. What kind of puppy do you have? I have a border collie. He's right here next to me. His name is Rex. You don't pretend to have a fucking dog when you don't. You don't fake it till you make it. But here's the thing. So, Victoria and I were imagining having 2 dogs. In Australia, people are weird. I'm just going to be blunt. People will drive 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. They'll go through 3, 4, 5, 6 interviews to adopt a dog. I think it's crazy. I don't have the time for that bullshit. Emmett got hand-delivered to us from a friend who couldn't keep the dog. They were moving. They got a puppy. They couldn't keep it. Do you want the puppy? Absolutely. See, Victoria and I were imagining being loving, happy puppy parents. And we've got a little bit of land, so they gave us a puppy. But nobody knew we were imagining having 2 puppy dogs. And so I go to the dog park. And lo and behold, a lady comes up to me because I put a love little symbol and said, nice dog on a photo she shared. And she said, I see you like Bruce. I said, who's Bruce? And she goes, the dog. I said, oh, I love that dog. He looks beautiful. And she said, he's in a box. He needs a home. And I was just ranting to my friends before she drove into the dog park about dogs shouldn't be in boxes. I am a little passionate about that. See, loving, happy puppy dad has a thing about dogs in boxes. There's an emotion there. It's not all that positive. And there's a thought there. It's called, we need something better. So here's the thing. Sandy comes up to me and says, Bruce is in a box. And I said, I want to see him. I want to meet him. And he became our dog that day. See, she brought us the second dog. She didn't know we were imagining being puppy parents to a second dog. Or did she, on some level, be influenced by our imaginal act? And now we've got both these rascals. Bruce has been here 7 years now. Anyway, if you got gold today, just remember, it ain't about staying positive, yay. It's not about editing every thought. That will exhaust you doing those things. It's not about faking it till you make it. I do have an invisible puppy dog and an invisible wife, right? That is, yeah. Put that on your dating profile. You can't see them, but they're already here, right? This ain't about faking it or forcing it. It's about feeling it. Because people met me, Victoria met me, and for some reason, she felt like I was a marryable kind of guy. Meanwhile, some people meet me and they go, you know what? This guy knows his shit. He's teaching gold. Happy, loving teacher. They feel my state because I'm a little nuts about this stuff. So if you got gold today, we put as much as we can into a podcast episode, usually 2 every day. If you really want to get gold, manifestingmasterycourse.com, because these are my pseudo-random goodnesses. This is just whatever's on my mind I talk about, and I always promote a product. I promote our products because that's what we do. It's not only how we make our living, it's how we have our impact. Income and impact. What if you made good money doing what you love? I love sharing what saved my life, what transformed my world. And it begins with ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. It's the 90-day adventure. It's 90 days, special members only emails, special members only lessons. Take about 10 minutes total a day. It's $97. That's $1 a day. And here's what's cool. If you imagine getting gold every day before you open up your lesson, you will. Join us in the adventure. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Have a great day. And remember, it's your state that leads. What state are you in right now? Right? I love that Mr. 2020 guy. Yahoo! All right.